Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the first podcast. It has been a minute, but we're glad to come back to you and share with you stuff that's going on in the life of the church in the next couple of weeks. And so welcome back. And it's been a crazy month of July. It's been nuts, but it's been good. So
It's also been hot.
It's been very hot. It is dumb hot. And but it's been a good month, and just it's been cool to see a lot of what the Lord's done. And Sunday was a great example of that, seeing all the youth that were baptized. Amen. And part of the Terry family and all that went on with that, and all their testimonies were just great. And I was like, some of them started to preach a little bit.
Presley did
a great job. And so it was just a great day Sunday. And so just it's cool to see a lot of what the Lord's doing with our kids, our youth. This coming Sunday we'll be focused on the kids camp and kind of share some of that as well. Mm-hmm. And but it's just been really, really cool to see
the youth
grow like that.
You want a secret? You want to know a secret? So this is kind of a teaser. Sunday's going to be an amazing day. Yeah. I already know because I already know. But baptisms are going to be special. You want to see something special happen in the life of a church? Yeah. Just come on Sunday.
Come on Sunday.
That's all I'm going to say. It's a teaser. So it's going to be good.
Yeah. And
very good.
Yeah, we know some people getting baptized.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, between youth camp and kids camp, just some awesome things happened. Yeah. And so we're going to just get to celebrate that. Mm-hmm. You know, what I love is we're seeing these kids and youth's lives being changed, and this is the stage for that to happen. We're not just an older generation church. We're not a middle generation. We're a multi-generational church.
Oh, absolutely.
And so when something like this happens in the kids and the youth, it's great. We've got to celebrate it. And
what I think, what you see and what I'm seeing is a culmination of not just like an event that happened at man, I'm fixing to sneeze.
I'm keeping this in the video.
I hope you cut that out.
No, I'm keeping this
I
in.
hope you cut that out. But the culmination is this. It wasn't just it happened that they went to a camp. It was a one-time event. It wasn't that they just went to children's camp and this happened. This has been going on for months, if not years.
Yeah.
I mean, these foundations that's been put into these children and these youth's life, and just to see it just morph, so to speak, to grow and to come out of this. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to what's going to happen Sunday. Was months of communication, months of investing in people's lives. And I'm going to just give Miss Tracy a pat on the back right now. She's done a great job of discipleship, a great job of mentoring, and those can kind of go hand in hand. But she is not only our children's and preschool minister or director, she's also in those families' lives. Right. She's speaking into moms and dads. She's aunts, grandmothers, custodial care, whoever's being, and she's just pouring into those folks. And you're seeing that come out, and it's really awesome to see. So not only did some children go off to camp and get saved, we had a leader, and I'm not going to steal that thunder because that's just one of those things that's going to happen Sunday. Yeah. I know of two more. Yeah. So that's one of them. So she brought children to camp, but also she brought adults to come along to get more of that foundation, and in that the Holy Spirit's moving. And so we're just seeing through months and years of building this foundation, and it's starting to move, and we're seeing God do some great things.
Yeah, she was sharing with me a while ago about, the kids that have been coming for the past year that the parents haven't been involved. And then out of nowhere, the parents are now, especially the moms that she's been able to reach out to, they're like, all right, I need what my kid has that I don't have.
All right, now that's for Sunday. I didn't
know that. See,
that's
I didn't
part
get
of
that memo either. But,
that's part of the Sunday.
But it's been cool to see the wide, not just the kids' lives, but just in general.
I know.
And so. Yeah, it's going to be a good day Sunday.
Oh, man, it's going to be good.
And so we're excited for that. Also, Sunday night, what is happening is we're having a Sunday school leadership training from 5 to 7. And this is not just for leaders. I've been telling my class, any of y'all want to come, just come on. And this is just going to help us in our Sunday school, how to grow our Sunday schools, and just kind of teach us some of those things that we need to know.
Well, here's you hit the nail on the head. Everyone's a leader.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that's a part of Sunday school, there's leadership in there. Some folks just need to come and hear that. Like in my class, for instance, we're really growing. My class is 48, and so we need what's called care group leaders. We need folks that when they miss, it's not just my responsibility or Tracy's responsibility. Tracy Price, who's our care group leader, it's gotten too big. We can't, she can't minister to 48 people. So, it's ministry inside there. We need secretaries. We need, there's leadership inside these Sunday school classes. Yeah. It goes back to there again. If we're just coming to Sunday school just to, sit there and, drink coffee and lave, that's really not what it's all about. There's more to Sunday school than this. It's care. We believe, and I believe as pastor, that Sunday school is where community happens. It's where care happens.
Right.
Because if you just come on Sunday morning, I don't know who is here and who isn't. I do a pretty good job of trying to hug and see everybody that's here. But if you want to be ministered to, you got to be in a Sunday school class. And then inside there, those people have to be ministering and loving.
We say this quite often, we talk about it quite often, of when someone's going through something. Now, the staff, we naturally try to reach out to those people. But that's absolutely part of what a Sunday school is built for, is to say, hey, let's rally around you. I know you're going through some stuff. Let's rally around you. Mm-hmm. Let's get you some food, or let's pray for you, whatever is needed. That's where Sunday school can really do the biggest help, as far as with those people, that as a staff, we can only do so much,
Well, that's part of when you get
helpful
into the Bible and you see discipleship and you understand ministry and all that. The pastor is here to teach, equip, and all those kind of things. And then inside there are smaller cells of how that all works out. Yeah. We're to give it, and then inside this, it's not my responsibility to be cooking meals for every sick person that happens in the church and everything. Now, do I want to help and be a part of that? Absolutely. We do that, and y'all do that, and all of our staff does that. Yeah. But
there was one lady we went to go see, and there was 4 of us.
Yeah.
Me, you, Andrew, and Josh, and we were having to go do something else. But we were like, hey, on the way, let's go stop and see this person. It's like we ambushed them in a hospital room, and are we dying? It's like, no, we're just going to pray. We just happen to all be together.
You see 4 ministers come in the room. That's kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah. There's one pastor I know. He's like, if I come to the hospital, they know it ain't good, because, but.
That's funny.
But it was just, I just, that's been in my mind. I just remember all 4 of us walking, and the eyes got big, like, what's going on?
I thought I was just here for something small. Well, that's good. So Sunday night, the leadership, that's good. Yeah. We'll definitely.
And it's really Sunday school training. Mm-hmm. The leadership is kind of needed to be there for it, but it's leadership training for just anyone who wants to come.
Absolutely.
And I've encouraged. I have a new class. We're still a infancy class, and so I've encouraged all them just come on and let's learn together, grow together. And what's been cool is we've been seeing. I've reached out to people naturally as the leader and said, "Hey, we want you to come be a part," and they're coming. But this Sunday we had a couple come because someone else reached out to them, and that's
even better.
That's what it's all about. That's how you grow a class, is not just the leader doing all the work, but people inside the class saying, "Hey, I want you to come." They just need to be invited, and so that's going to be a good time Sunday night as well. And then Monday night, just a little plug: men's ministry Bible studies Monday night, and at 6, and we'll have some good food and all that kind of stuff. And we're wrapping up our Kingdom Man study, and Tony Evans, so it's been a great study, and so we're wrapping that up. And but then the big deal Wednesday night, This is what we call back to school family night.
This is the 9th, not the 2nd, or
yes,
whatever.
the 9th. Yeah, this is the
following
9th.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, August the 9th. And so this is our back to school family night. We have a comedian named Bob Smiley coming, and an evangelist, Brandon DiGilarmo. I think I said his last name right. But they're coming, and this is just a time. This is not a just kids only or youth only. This is a full church event as we're kicking off school, praying for the students and teachers, all those kind of things, and just a great time to be able to kind of kick the school year off. And if you've never heard Bob Smiley, you need to go look him up. He is funny. He's a great guy. And then Brandon has been at our church before, and just a great communicator. And so this is going to be a great time. This is
so it's not just a comedy night. He'll actually preach.
Oh yeah, there's going to be
a word. So it's good.
It's more of a evangelistic type night with comedy thrown in. So, but it's going to be a great night, and so there is a registration link inside the Church Center app or the website that you can go register for that event, and get some. There's some other stuff in there that you can know about, but it's going to be a great time, and we're going to be doing some giveaways for school stuff and things of that nature, and so. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be a great night, and looking forward to it.
All right, now let's get on to that Saturday, because that Saturday is what's going to be good too for discipleship.
Yeah. So this Saturday, we've been talking about it. You've seen videos in the service on Sunday about it. Well, this Saturday kicks off our D-Life boot camp. This is Discipleship Life Boot Camp. This is not the D-Life groups kicking off, but this is just learning about them and learning how to do them. And it's just kind of getting all the information, and so that you can be prepared. This is for anyone and everyone. We want you all to come and be a part of it. Is there registration for that?
There's a registration.
Well?
You can go on our website, FBC Blanchard, and register for that
Church
event.
Center app is on there.
There's no cost. It's not anything like that. We just need to know, want to know how many's coming and what's going on. Because it's if you've ever wanted to learn how to disciple someone, if you ever wanted to be in a group and want to be discipled, it's a boot camp to the how, the where, the when, the why, the whole shooting match about discipleship. So I'm going to just say this. If that's your passion, if you want to be discipled and you want to learn how to disciple and all that, it's going to be a commitment. It's not just, hey, it's one of those things like we've offered in the past where you come check it out and, that's the last you're ever going to hear about it. This is not the last you're ever going to hear about it.
This is not a seasonal program.
It's not a program.
It's not a program.
It's not truly biblical.
This is not just a fall deal. It's
fixing to be the lifestyle of discipleship.
This is going to be a part of the church and not just a program. Like Experiencing God, as great as it was over in 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. This is not one of those type deals.
No, sir.
And this is
Matthew 28, 19 through 20.
How you've talked about it is this is what you've been wanting to do. You just didn't.
I didn't know how.
You
spent. So I surrendered ministry in 2010 as far as pastoral. Yeah. Been in ministry as far as a Sunday school teacher, lay leader, you name it, from birth till up to that point of 2010. And 2010, where I really wanted to start figuring out how I can disciple men. I bought books on the internet, bought books from here, there, and yonder, and have led some men for a few years in discipling and all that. But you always get to like I don't want to use a brick wall, but you kind of get up to the point where it's like, man, all right, we've done 4 books. How do we get past this? And how can it be teachable? How can it be fluid? Because even some of the books I had to go to a class. I had to be the registered facilitator. Right. You couldn't go on that site and buy the book and all that. So if I trained you how to be, this method or whatever, you couldn't even go in and buy the book or anything. Wow. So it wasn't duplicatable. It wasn't multiplication. And so this is, when I say, I think this is it. This is it. Yeah.
And what's the guy's name?
Bill Wilkes.
Bill Wilkes.
Rondi is his wife.
What he talked about
So-
in the video was there's no book to go by. It's the Bible, and this
The
is
book
just a
is the
way.
book.
Yeah, the book is. It's just it's a way to grow in the Word and teach the Word at the same time, but you're growing together and you're ministering together. And again, this is not just a casual program. That
it's a
ends.
lifestyle.
This is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's commitment.
It's a lifestyle change for the church, and especially in this generation that we're living in, where agnosticism and atheism is the growing most. It's the fastest growing religion. Is no
The
religion,
nuns.
or
The nuns are the
it's the fastest growing.
NONE. Nuns.
And the biblical illiteracy is vast. It's people just don't know. They don't know anything about, and we've seen that. And we were talking about the kids earlier, about them just growing and being nurtured and growing in the Word and all those kind of things. And when a lot of us first got here, we're like, there is no foundation, especially with kids and youth. And there were some with the youth, but especially the kids, there was no biblical foundation because they weren't learning that at home.
Mm-hmm.
They'd get dropped off here, but there was no biblical literacy. And that's something Tracy has spent the last 2 years working on. And now we're seeing byproduct of that. Well, we need that as a church as a whole as well.
But I want to be fair in that statement. It's not just at FBC Blanchard.
No,
I know.
yeah.
I'm just because I want our listeners to go, hey man, why are they beating up on us? We're not.
This is generation.
Yes. So that's
Yeah.
And I know you weren't. I just want to clear up for our listener that this
The world
pandemic
in which we live in now.
yeah. This epidemic, whatever, it's everywhere you want to go.
And the craziest thing is the Bible it's never been easier to get to, especially, I mean, we've all got it on our phone. And I've got every version of the Bible, every translation of it on my phone. Mm-hmm. But it's the most unread at any point in history as well.
True.
And it's just, I mean, I've got a shelf over there with a countless number of Bibles on it. Mm-hmm. And most people have a ton of Bibles or have family Bibles or whatever.
Right.
And how little it's read nowadays is kind of a tragedy.
That's right.
And,
so Andrew might shoot me for this one. So don't let Andrew hear what I'm fixing to say, okay? If you can do
Andrew, if you get to this point in the video, stop watching.
Shut it off.
Turn it off. Yeah.
I want to be cautious what I'm fixing to say because this is how important it is. If it's something that you just kind of fly by night, hey, I'm just going to go check that out, which probably not many people are going to do that on a Saturday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. But if that is kind of sitting there and on their radar going, hey, I feel guilty if I don't go or something like that, this ain't it.
No.
This is if you really want a lifestyle of discipleship, whether you want to be discipled, you want to learn how to disciple, or you want to be in a group, this is for you.
Yeah.
If that ain't for you, don't come. I mean, it's just you're just going to be checking a box, and you're probably going to be, just ready to go at 12 o'clock and all that kind of stuff. Right. This is for somebody, and I'm going to just tell you this too, and I hope Andrew don't hear this. If it's a small group that shows up, which a lot of times they are small groups, I am not going to be upset one bit. Now, when I offer a training like Preston Condra, when he came in for people to share their testimony or share the gospel, and a handful of people show up, you kind of get a little wigged a little bit. But on this one, I'm not, because if we take 10 people that are truly going to be committed and what we're seeing for discipleship,
accountability.
This right here is going to change our church. Will it change it overnight? Nope. No. Is it going to change it in a year? Nope. But I'm talking like years down the road, this church is going to be changed. Yeah. You know why I know? Because Jesus took 11 guys, 12 if you count Judas, and changed the world.
Right.
Changed the world. So if Jesus can do it with 11, I think it's still duplicatable and doable here.
Yeah.
He can still do it now.
He can still do it now. Well, and that's what the Bible talks about it quite often. Where's the remnant? There's got to be a remnant. So if there's only 10 people that come, we're going to pour into those 10 people, and they're going to pour into other people, and it'll keep going from there.
That's right. Then we'll see some God math.
What I loved about experiencing God was it gave people a group that you were accountable to, and everyone was, it was not necessarily required, but understood. We're going to read. We're reading the same thing every day. We're growing together. We're accountable to each other. And it just gave structure. And that's what a lot of people need is that structure. The youth were talking about it of their groups at camp. They loved it because it gave accountability to one another. They were able to pour into one another. And that's what this will help do is give you some structure, but also accountability. And people are pouring into one another and helping each other grow. And that's I think that's what's needed.
Oh, it's biblical.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been missing for so many years. This biblical foundation. That's why we are illiterate. That's why we are declining in baptisms, declining in memory. Not us. I'm meaning this as the Southern Baptist.
Right.
I mean, baptisms are on such a decline. It's crazy.
Right.
Church attendance on the decline. A pandemic didn't help and all that too. And, all these different things. And so, it's just part of those functions of the church.
Right.
Evangelism and discipleship.
Yeah.
And so we're rolling.
And just to give some backstory, I wasn't here when you were hired. I came a couple years later. But I've known you for a couple of years being here, and that's been something you've been preaching since you've been here, to my knowledge. And that's part of what you said when you came was, we're going to evangelize, we're going to disciple, and we're going to do this. And that's just part of what your vision is, part of what your goal is as the pastor of this church. And so,
amen.
I think it's great that what you've been longing to do, you found.
Yes, indeed.
And so. Let's go after it.
I like Tom Brady says, "Let's go."
Let's just go.
That's it. We're fixing
Omaha.
to go. Yeah.
No,
you're fixing the train is fixing to start seeing. If anybody thought that I was moving fast before, smoke on this train is fixing to get dark because the coal is fixing to fly.
Me and Tracy were talking earlier, and something that's just been really cool. And most churches would hate this, but I think I love it. And it's the fact that we're seeing new people come to our church all the time. We had a great congregation Sunday. We had a great number Sunday, but we're seeing visitors come all the time, and we're seeing new people come all the time. And some of these people are not necessarily church people. These are not people that are just coming from one church to another. Or
it's definitely not what we're seeing.
And it's not. All the people that we're seeing coming in are people that are lost and just need Jesus, and they're going through stuff in their life, and they need hope, they need help, and
imperfect people being changed by a perfect Savior. And we're going to keep riding that motto too.
Yeah, and it's been cool to see people. They just need the Lord.
They do,
and so I think that's what's cool to see is these people are coming in with messed up lives, like we all. And that's what Paul. Once were some of you. We all were in that situation, if not still are. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't by the grace of God, we'd be in a worse situation. But we're seeing people come in with messed up lives that say, "I need help. I need the Lord." And I'm telling you, a lot of churches may not be able to handle that, but I love it. I love. I mean, that's part of the goal is to see people come that need the Lord. And we need now, and let me clarify, we need the people that have been saved for 50 years.
Oh, absolutely.
We need those people.
That's maturity.
To help train these new Christians and to help guide them and give all disciple. A lot of these people coming in and getting saved need some discipleship. They need it. I know. And so, all right,
getting there.
We could talk about that for an hour. So
get them for Sunday.
Sunday night,
on the 13th.
Sunday night, the 13th is
Walk Through the Bible.
Walk Through the Bible, the Old Testament. We've done the New Testament a while ago. I'm trying to remember how far away that was.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But this is we've done the New Testament, and this is going to be the Old Testament. And they're going to come in and just do like they did, teach the Old Testament in a couple hours, and that'll start at 4:00 Sunday night. And it's just a cool train. It's a cool way to learn the Old Testament. Kind of gives you some insight on all that as well. That is also Move Up Sunday for kids moving into youth group and all that kind of stuff. So it's
Promotion
cool.
Sunday.
Yeah, Promotion Sunday.
Boy, don't you remember Promotion Sunday?
I do. I remember that. No, I was scared to death.
Always scared.
I was scared to death.
1st to 2nd grade, 3rd to 4th, 5th to 6th.
Yeah. Going from 6th to 7th, going kids
to that youth,
because that church was sixth grade, and then you went out to youth at 7th grade. And I was 4 foot nothing and 50 pounds. I was scared to death of some of them high schoolers, but it turned out to be good. So I know we were talking about it yesterday. Josh is excited for those new kids coming in.
Yes, indeed.
And so that's the next couple of weeks
I was
for
going to
you.
say, Brother Kirk, we probably can't give them more than that. There.
Well,
Already
I'm
drowned.
going to give
You
them
got
one more
for
as
us?
a personal plug.
Okay.
All right.
I know
August,
it ain't your birthday.
No, it ain't. That already happened. I ain't reliving 30 again. August the 16th, which is a Wednesday. It's the following Wednesday after our back
I
to
bet
school
this
night.
has something to do with choir.
It does, because
Okay.
that's personal plug.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
We need some choir members.
We do. We need them.
Need them.
The biggest thing I get sometimes, you don't want to hear me sing. Like, yes, I do. I want come on. There is no talent contest within the choir. We just want people
It's just
who
singing worship
love to
to the
worship.
Lord. Yeah.
And so now we work hard and we learn our stuff as best we can, and we're going to do that as well. And but I don't care if you sing great in the shower and not anywhere else. We want you. And
Put on
we
a
want
shower
you.
cap.
Yeah,
Getting
go. Come on. I don't know. But we just want you to come be a part. And
I
I'm gonna
love
try to,
seeing your face on that. That was funny.
the
I'm just trying to get 'em here,
the
man.
mental image just kicked in.
I'm
and
just
like,
trying to get them here. Get them in the choir.
oh, I know it. Well, and that Wednesday, August 16th, is our Christmas and August kickoff. And yes, I know it's crazy to be kicking off Christmas in August,
man,
but
you
that's
got
what
to.
we got to do. And
You got
and
food? You going to have food that night?
So we're gonna
I
have
might
food.
sing in the choir that night.
We might have to have a
I
audition
can't do it,
audition
man.
for some people.
I got to be. I'll be teaching. You won't have to worry about me. I'll be teaching.
Oh goodness! Well, your wife tried to jump on board one year. I'm still trying to get her, but
I
she,
know.
she almost came just for the Christmas and food. So
That's all it was. She got
yeah,
miscombobulated.
So I'm trying to still work on her, but
Yeah.
but no, it's going to be a great time, and we'll be kicking off Christmas, eating some good food. You wear your favorite Christmas T-shirt because you can't wear a sweater in August. But it's going to be a good time. And so whether you want to be involved in the media team, which we need those guys as well, we're doing some media training coming up, and so we need some of those guys as well, or girls. It's not just limited to guys, but anyone who wants to be a part of media, we need you as well. And we're constantly growing that area and doing some cool things. If you were here for last year's Christmas, what we were able to do with the lights was just awesome. So, and so we need media people. If you play an instrument, we need band people. Or orchestra, if you play a orchestra instrument as well, or if you sing or want to just come, even if you just want to come check us out and see what we're all about, that Wednesday is the day for you. And so we'd love to have you come. So personal plug over, but I can't stress enough. We want you to come be a part. And whether you're the best singer in the world or you're a shower singer, we'll take anybody. All right. So we love people who just want to worship the Lord. And so please come that night. All right, I think we've given them enough. We've given them a lot. So, again, if you have any other questions, feel free to contact us. Get with the church office, email us, whatever you want to do. There's the calendar, of course, is on our Church Center app on the website. You can register for those events that you need to through fbcblanchard.com website as well in the Church Center app. And there's more stuff coming that we're working on right now, trying to fix some things in the coming days. And so, but there's plenty of information for you. We don't ever want you to feel like you didn't know something. All right. So please go check those avenues out. And we love you. We'll see you this coming Sunday.